Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Marybeth and I'm so excited that you're here with me today because today we are making vision boards for 2022. So in today's video, I want to talk about my goals and resolutions for 2022. And I have my little vision board made and I'm super excited about the new year. So let's just jump right into it. So I have a new planner that I picked up from Walmart this year. It is just an at a glance one. I picked the gray one. It's got all the months in it and it has this little section in the front that I really like, and it says pursuits and possibilities. So I filled it in with some of my New Year's resolutions and goals, and some of these are bound to change over the year. Some of these are going to change over the year. Some will grow. Some I will decide I don't need to do. Some will change. And I made this a couple weeks ago and there's already a couple things on here that I've decided probably are not in my best interest for the new year. But I'm going to take you guys through what I have so far. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marybeth. This is typically a health and wellness, fitness, weight loss sort of channel, but I'm also a mom to a little baby boy. I am a stay-at-home mom. My husband's a contractor. We live in Southern Kentucky. What else? I don't really have a lot of friends. You guys are my friends. So if you want to join the fam, the crew, the friend group, welcome. Things are a little crazy around here. I always keep it honest. Brutally honest, and I'm kind of a hot mess. So if that's your vibe, we could be best friends. It could be awesome. But today we're sharing New Year's resolutions and goals, and never be afraid to set New Year's resolutions. Never be afraid to set new goals. And if you are seeing this video in June or November or 2 years from now, it's never too late to set goals. You can literally start goals at any time. Today is a Thursday, and if I want to change my life tomorrow, I'm going to do it because that's just the way life works. That's what we get to do. So let's jump into the goals I have written down. The ones I'm going to change, I want to talk to you guys about a little bit, and then I'm going to show you my vision board. So the first goal that I have set for myself is I really want to work on setting new routines in the new year. So I really want to focus on getting a morning routine down, very consistent. This year my mom is, fingers crossed, my mom and my dad are moving closer to us. And so that's really going to change how like my day-to-day kind of works, because she will be retiring. So I will have her help with my son. So hopefully I can get to the gym more and create a better morning routine. That is the goal. Hopefully that'll work out. If that doesn't work out, then I want to create a home morning routine where I work out here. The next goal I want to work on is my evening routine. I really want to get better at like shutting my house down, like winding Will down at an earlier time, reading to him, doing bath time with him, because sometimes like if it's the middle of the day and he wants a bath, like we give him a bath and it's not a big deal. But I really want to work on, he just turned 3 last month, so I want to work on also setting routines for him. And I want to work on like not going to bed with dishes in the sink, not leaving clothes in the washer overnight, just some different things to really like close the house down every night before I go to bed. And being in bed at a really good time is super important to me this year. We are fairly early risers and we are early to bed people. We are usually in bed by 8 o'clock and it's just what works best for us. And I really want to enhance those routines and really make them as useful as they can be, because I feel like the secret to a really good morning routine is a really functional night routine. So those are on the list. I really want to get a self-care, like Sunday reset, Sunday setup schedule down, where I like shave my legs and I exfoliate and I use my self tanner and I make sure the house is clean, and you know, just really take that time for self-care for myself, but also make sure that the house is ready and in a good place for us to start a new week. So I really want to focus on our Sunday routines and my self-care routine. And then the last thing I really want to work on for routines is I want to come up with a functional, realistic, deep cleaning routine. I am a messy person by nature. I am like the messiest person on the planet, okay? And I've really worked hard to overcome a lot of those messiness things that I struggle with. But now I'm at the point where I've got like the general day-to-day pickup, cleanup, that kind of stuff down to a science. I feel very confident with that. But I really want to get to the deep cleaning stuff this year and just incorporate that in as part of my routine without overwhelming myself to where I just don't do it, but also to where I don't worry about like if somebody comes over and their kid like drops something under the couch that I'm like, oh my gosh, when was the last time I like moved that couch and vacuumed under there? I'm just being realistic here, okay? If you vacuum under your couch every day, that is awesome for you. I cannot tell you the last time I moved my couches and vacuumed under them. So the next, I have a tickle. One of my next goals that is not routine related, my next big goal is I am so ready to hit my goal weight this year and to stop dieting. My goal weight is 179. I am 5'6" and I am 26 years old. So I feel like 179 is very realistic for me. I have no idea what I'm going to look like and how I'm going to feel at 179. So that's kind of, it could change, but I am ready to lose some weight this year. In 2020, I lost 30 pounds. 2021, I lost about 10 pounds. And I have fluctuated kind of up and down the 200 to 210 mark this whole year. And I'm ready to stay. I've broken to 199 or to the Wonderlands like twice this year. I'm ready to get in the Wonderlands and I'm ready to stay in the Wonderlands. And I've had tons of progress, like building muscle. My running has really increased this year. So this year wasn't like a wash or a loss or anything like that, but I'm ready to really, really focus on consistency because that's where I lacked in 2021. And a couple of like the points that I wrote down for myself that I think are going to help get me to that goal is a gallon of water every single day. I feel my best when I drink at least 100 ounces of water. You do what you do. I feel great when I drink a gallon, so that's what I do. I want to be in my calorie deficit, so I have spoken with a dietitian and a nutritionist, and he has set my protein goal and my calorie deficit. He did my whole macros for me, so I really want to hit my calorie deficit and my protein goal as many days this year as humanly possible. And I'm going to set up some sort of like other chart / reward system to help me out with that because I'm really great at eating on track Monday through Friday. And then from like Friday night to Monday morning, it's not cute. It's not a good time. And the macros that he gave me are not super restrictive. I feel like I still have tons of food freedom and I'm not hungry and starving and all those things. I just have to work on doing them all the time. So that's something that I'm working on, calorie deficit and protein goal. I really want to up my strength training. This year I gained 10% in muscle mass and dropped 10% in body fat. So I really just want to keep going and just keep lifting heavier and just all of those things. And another thing that I think is going to help me reach my goal is I want to hit at least 10,000 steps a day because a lot of days, especially days that I go to the gym, I have found myself in the last few months, I go to the gym or I do a hard workout in the morning and then in the afternoon, I'm just kind of like laying on the couch, I'm hanging out in bed and I am not getting in the consistent, there's that word again, the consistent movement all day long that I would like to be getting in. Just another goal. And those are the things that I think are really going to help me get to my goal weight. And then once I get to that goal weight, I'm just going to live my life. I'm not going to stop doing a lot of these things. Obviously, I won't be in the calorie deficit anymore, but I will continue the steps and the weight training and the protein intake because those are all things that make me happy. I have several non-scale victories that I'm ready to hit this year. I've been working all of this year on, most of this year, probably not all, being able to do a pull-up. So that is something that's big on my list for next year. I want to do a pull-up. I want to be able to do a push-up. I would like, no, That's not what we're saying. I will run a mile without stopping in 2022, a whole mile. I love running. I just did a 5K yesterday and I hit a huge goal. I did the 5K in under 40 minutes and I just really need to work on not like taking, I usually take 10 to 30 seconds to walk, you know, every couple minutes. And I feel like I do it more on a treadmill because I'm like, oh, I've been running for, you know, this amount of time because all my stats are right there. And I want to be able to just run the whole mile without stopping. Even if it's not like an insane, incredible time, it's the distance that I'm going for there. And this year I'm going to sign up for a 10K and I'm going to run a 10K this year. The next thing I had on my list that I am going back and forth on, you can probably hear my little boy in the background. He is riding his excavator that he got for Christmas around the house. I'm not sure that I'm going to do this next thing because so the next thing on the list is to complete 75 hard again. I've already done 75 hard before. And I think that if I'm being honest with myself, the only reason that I put that on there is to use it as a weight loss program, and that's not what it's for. And sometimes I feel like 75 hard can be toxic. I think it can be. So I don't think I'm gonna do 75 hard, but like I said earlier, hey bub, what are you doing? Could you take that back in there with daddy? Can you ride to daddy? Thank you. So I am, like I said earlier, I'm gonna set up some sort of like consistency chart for myself and give myself little rewards with being consistently in my calorie deficit and hitting my protein goals and my step goals. But I don't think that I'm gonna do 75 hard this year. That could change, but I don't think I'm going to. Another one of my really big goals this year is I want to grow my social media. So I have set numbers that, looking at them now, I kind of want to change them. Should I change them? No. Maybe. So I really want to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I would love for it to be more. That would be great. But as of the time I'm filming this video, I think I have like 250 subscribers, and I would love to hit 1K. Like, that just seems amazing. On my TikTok and Instagram, I would love to hit 5K on each of those apps, and I really want to figure out the social media thing, grow my social media. We have a pole and he rides his we have a pole in our kitchen and he rides his excavator like a barrel racer, and he goes like around the pole and back, and it's hilarious. But growing my social media is something that's super important to me. I would love to be able to contribute financially to our household, and maybe one of these days I'll make enough off social media that my husband can retire and we can just travel. You know, that's the dream, right? So growing my social media and being able to make an income off of that is something that I'm really going to push towards in 2022. And if you guys would like to see like tips and tricks and trial and error and what I'm doing and what works and what doesn't on growing a YouTube channel and other forms of social media, let me know down below, because I'd kind of like to film the process and just like, I don't know, it's like a science experiment and see what works and what doesn't, you know? So another one of my goals with social media is I would love to have one sponsored video on here, and I would love to have like a sponsored feed post or like story post on Instagram. Like, I want some sponsored content, you know? So those are my goals there. And then I have a whole bunch of like Apple Watch goals. So I don't have my Apple Watch on right now because it is dead as a doornail, but ooh, my phone's about to die. If you go on your fitness app on your phone, you can see all the like awards that you've won and whatever on your Apple Watch. And so there's several of them that I've gotten, but there's several that I want to fill in, and I just wrote down a couple of those. And so that's on my list for this year too. But I made a poster board. This is like a half poster board or whatever. But my word for 2022 is consistency, and being consistent in all aspects of my life, because I just... And in true parent life fashion, my toddler ran over his foot and he had a little fit. It was fine. It was fine. But what was I even saying? Oh, but the word for the year is consistency, because I think that that's what's going to help me in all areas of my life. I have a bad habit of, you know, getting these great ideas and doing them for a little bit, but not doing them consistently enough to see the results of them. So that's what we're working on this year. And I have a very like plain Jane vision board this year, but for me, this works. Last year, the one I did was super colorful and all over the place, and it was a lot. And I kind of like the simplicity of this one, and I might add more things to it, you know, over the course of the year. But I also kind of like to use my vision board as like a checklist. So like when I am able to do a pull-up, cross it off. When I'm able to do a push-up, cross it off. When I run my 10K, cross it off. When I hit my goal weight, cross it off. That's just the way that I function the best. I also picked up at Hobby Lobby this other cutesy little, what are these called? Babe, what are these things called? Poster boards. I picked up this little cutie poster board that I am going to do something else with, but I have not decided yet. But this is kind of my plan for 2022. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below what your plans are for 2022, what your goals are, your resolutions, how you're going to get there, all of those things. And also, if you have social media, down below, or if you have social media, leave it down below so I can follow you guys. You guys can follow me. We can be friends on other platforms. On this one, if you have a channel, I would love to subscribe to it. And I will see you guys in the next video.